All right, let's look at a few more calculation type questions related to our discussion of managerial accounting. All right, let's see what we have here. Says work in process inventory on December 31st of the current year is $44,000. Work in process inventory increased by 60% during the year. So this sounds like algebra to me, or at least some very, very basic pre-algebra. So what they're saying is this December 31st total of $44,000, they're not giving us our beginning inventory, our beginning work in process inventory. They're just giving our ending work in process inventory, and they're telling us that it increased by 60% during the year. Further information: cost of goods manufactured amounts to $275,000. What are the total manufacturing costs incurred in the current year? Okay, well, I want to tell you that cost of goods manufactured is going to be our starting point here, because cost of goods manufactured represents all of the costs that were incurred during the year to manufacture product. Okay, so now we have to see, okay, I want you to go back to the presentation and look at your formula for total manufacturing costs, and you will see that we're going to take all of our direct materials or direct labor, our factory overhead and so forth. We're going to add all of those up, and then what we're going to do is that's going to give us our cost of goods manufactured, but we're going to adjust that figure for total manufacturing cost by how much work in process at the beginning of the year and end of the year differ. So it says here that work in process has gone up by 60%. So we know that it went up. Now, what I want you to understand, and this is fundamental, cost of goods manufactured includes, we're talking about the cost to make fully finished goods. So work in process is not a part of cost of goods manufactured. Okay. However, work in process costs are definitely part of total manufacturing costs. Okay, so if we started off at $44,000 for the year, and it says that figure went up by 60%. So if let's see here if we can make this work. I don't believe we can. If we take 44,000 and we divide that by 1.6, 44,000 divided by 1.6, we should come up with 27,500. So what that means is that 27,500 was our beginning work in process inventory, and then they've already provided us with our ending work in process inventory of 44,000. We can just subtract the 27,500 from the 44,000, and if we do that, we're going to come up with 16,500. So total manufacturing costs represent the $275,000 cost of goods manufactured plus the increase in work in process inventory, making our grand total manufacturing cost $291,500. Okay? All right. Last question. It says, given the following data, what is cost of goods sold? Okay? So essentially we have a bunch of items here. We have our cost of materials used. That would be direct materials. We have our direct labor costs, and we have our factory overhead. All right. And then these three items are absolutely going to be components of our cost of goods sold. No doubt about it. And from that point, what we're going to do is we're going to make adjustments based on work in process inventory and finished goods inventory. Okay? So the first thing we can do is just go ahead and list these first three figures here, because they're all going to be relevant to our calculation. Okay, 45, 48, and 39,000. All right, now let's look at our work in process inventory. We started off with $28,000. We ended up with $18,000. What that means is that overall there was $10,000 of this work in process inventory net that became a part of finished goods. Okay, so finished goods had a $10,000 head start. We're going to take this $10,000 and we're going to add it to these first three items. Okay, even with that, if we look at finished goods, the beginning was 28,000, same numbers looks like, and finished goods ending is $18,000. So our finished goods went down by 10,000. What that means is that in a net sense, we had $10,000 from a prior period that became a part of cost of goods sold. So both of these items, both the work in process and the finished goods inventory, the change going down like that, would be calculated as an addition to cost of goods sold. So these first three items here, we just plot those. That's all we have to do. Then we make an adjustment. So I want you to understand, this says 28,000 and 18,000. If this was 53,000 and 43,000, our answer would still be the same. Okay, so we're just going to add these up. Let's see, 93,000, 132, 42, 52. Our answer is $152,000 cost of goods sold. All right, one more short video and that'll do it for our managerial accounting chapter.